Welcome back. It's time to make a Christmas snack in our Harry Cooper Supply Kitchen. And we made an amazing, I don't know if you saw it, Kelly, yesterday. Kenya and I made an amazing charcuterie board.
No, I did see it was candy themed, which makes me happy.
It was, I'm telling you, I told producer Jake after the show, probably the favorite thing I've made on the show, tastiest. And it was the simplest. But the taste of it was so delicious. And if you're looking for something savory, now today we're making something sweet with a little savory.
That makes me happy.
But it was so delicious, guys. I will be making it actually because my mom and dad and grandma are coming up. I'm going to make that tomato mozzarella thing for Christmas Eve.
Don't you love when you find something that is so easy and you think, I'm actually still going to impress people with this?
Yes, but it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Okay, so this is actually called, I found it on TikTok. That's the place I go to for all my recipes these days.
Nice.
Because they're easy and quick. This is called now I don't even like the name. We need to come up with our own name.
Okay.
It's called a salty churro toffee snack mix.
I do. I feel like this is something you order off of Amazon from a faraway place.
Yes, I agree. So what we're gonna be making it out of? Oyster crackers. You know when you get these with chili? You know, sometimes they put those in chilies or these are oyster crackers. I've already pre-measured them. It's about 5 cups.
Okay.
About 5 cups of oyster crackers. It reminds me of a thing that my mom makes. She makes a similar thing with cheese puffs. And they are amazing. Amazing. So
I want to try this.
So
no, what are we doing here? I'm imagining we're melting this.
Yes, we're gonna put 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup,
right,
into a pot.
Okay.
Now, the part I am slightly nervous about, Miss Kelly, is that I don't really make caramel sauces that often, and I've seen it go terribly wrong on television.
Uh-oh.
So that's what makes me a little bit nervous. Can you take that away?
Yeah.
Thank you. And then, so we're gonna be melting this butter, which is, ooh, it's starting. I left it out to make it almost room temperature.
Yeah, that's smart.
And then 1 cup of brown sugar, pre-measured. I pre-measured it last night because I was like, I want things to go smoothly.
Okay.
Now, it's like watching paint dry. So let's talk about Christmas memories.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Great idea.
So we're gonna melt this and we have to boil it for like 2 minutes and then we're gonna add, get ready, oh, I need to look at my recipe. I believe it's a tablespoon of cinnamon.
Okay.
And maybe a tablespoon of, here, you stir that. I'm gonna look at my recipe again. I'm so sorry, guys. I totally forgot to look at the recipe. I was gonna print it out and then I forgot. Oh, it's a teaspoon of vanilla. A teaspoon of vanilla and a teaspoon of cinnamon. Oh,
Okay.
a teaspoon and a half, but there you go.
Okay.
This is gonna be coating these crackers and then we're going to bake them. But to me, there's nothing better than getting the family together. Usually for our family, the extended family is Christmas Eve and everybody brings finger food.
Oh, that's smart.
And
So it's not such a fancy ordeal. It's not necessarily like feast like Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And then on Christmas Day, my mom did call me yesterday and said, Dad wants a turkey.
Oh.
I was like,
well.
okay, all right, I have one. I'll make a turkey.
I happen to have one.
You know what? Well, not accidentally. A long story. I got 2 turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So I thought I was going to be having a bigger get together than what I actually had. And the only turkeys I could find at the time, I was like, well, one's not going to be enough for all these people.
Yeah.
Well, then turns out half the guests canceled. So I have 2 frozen turkeys, so I ended up using 1, and I said, I'll save the other one for Christmas.
2 frozen turkeys.
2 frozen turkeys.
That's been taking up a lot of freezer space, my friend.
Yeah, I'm excited to get it out of there.
Yeah, I bet you
I'm
are.
excited. Look how good that's melting already.
Well, I feel like we're succeeding in the caramel sauce.
Because tell me if I'm wrong. Don't you see those cooking shows where people are melting and making the caramel and it goes terribly wrong and it becomes like toffee? It's too hard?
No, I have seen this, yeah. I don't want that to happen to us.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and put these oyster crackers in a bowl because we're gonna be pouring this mixture on top of them.
Okay. Ooh, I love that bowl.
Oh, thank you.
Makes me think of old-timey Tupperware.
Oh, it does! I do love that. Like Grandma used to have.
I know, something, you know.
Now, I have it on
memory back.
medium heat, but if you think we need to turn it up to boil, we can. It's up to you.
I feel fine about medium heat.
Okay, good. I'm just double checking. Yeah, this, I've saved, when I go through like TikTok or Instagram, I usually just save recipes for future.
Yes, me too.
Because I never know if I'm gonna need them or if I'm gonna have to get together. And I'm so glad I saved this. And Jake was like, hey, what can we make Christmassy? And I'm like, you know what? I got a snack for you.
Yeah, I would file this under snacky snack.
Snackety snack snacks.
That's right.
By the way, you know what my favorite Christmas snack is? The Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes.
You like those.
I love those.
They make that film on the roof of your mouth.
I love them.
Well, that's good. Do you know what I make
What? Tell me.
at Christmas time? And it's become kind of one of those things, you know, I make it for coworkers, or we took them to all our neighbors last year. I make the Oreo balls. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're like Oreo truffles.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever had
Now
that.
talk about something easy. No, you can write this down.
Okay.
So you can do this on the show.
When it starts boiling, tell me. I'm gonna time it.
Okay.
So keep watching. Okay.
So you take Oreos, you take cream cheese. You're going to blend them up in your food processor, blender, you know, whatever it is that you use to like crumble your Oreos. And then, again, like your butter, you want your cream cheese to be at room temperature. You're gonna form these into about inch balls.
Okay.
And I like to stick them in the freezer now. I think we're fixing to get to boiling.
Okay. Just let me know. I'm gonna set my timer for 2
Okay,
minutes.
set your timer for 2 minutes. I think we're there.
Set the timer for 2 minutes.
And then you're gonna coat that in white chocolate. And it kind of, you know, like if you were to go to a candy shop, a confectioner, and buy a truffle, it's kind of like that, but it has that consistency of almost kind of like cheesecake on the
Oh,
inside.
well, you had me at cheesecake then.
I know, well, so easy. They look impressive, and they're delicious.
That sounds
Great
really
for
easy,
gifting.
though.
I know.
See, why is it the easy things taste them amazing?
I don't know. It's just, yeah, tried and true. Yeah.
So here's what's gonna happen, guys. We still have a minute and a half, and we have to go to commercial here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna gently turn down the heat so we can show you everything that's gonna be happening when we come back, because we have to mix some stuff with it and then put it in the oven for just a little bit. But that is looking beautiful, and it smells amazing.
So far, I think we're doing all right.
So far, we haven't scorched it yet. That's a Christmas win right there.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're gonna add some cinnamon and vanilla, and we're gonna pour it over our oyster crackers, and we're gonna bake it, y'all. And I have a feeling this is gonna be good. Okay, we'll be back.